विद्यार्थियों, मैं दिग्विजय आज के प्राणिशास्त्र विषय के व्याख्यान में एक वीडियो के माध्यम से किस प्रकार से फर्टिलाइजेशन की क्रिया संपन्न होती है वो देखेंगे। जो कुछ कल पढ़ा था उसी का ये वीडियो है। आशा करता हूँ कि आपको ये अच्छा लगेगा और समझ में आएगा।
Or fusion of gametes is the most vital event in the process of sexual reproduction, as it results in new life. In humans, while the male gamete or sperm is motile, the female gamete or ovum is non-motile. Therefore, for fertilization to occur, the two gametes must be brought together. This is achieved through insemination, where the penis releases semen filled with thousands of sperms into the vagina. Interestingly, while half of the total sperms released carry the X chromosome, the other half contain the Y chromosome. These sperms then rapidly move through the cervix, pass through the uterus, and finally reach the ampullary isthmic junction of the fallopian tube. In the meantime, the ovum, after completing the first meiotic division, gets released into the fallopian tube with the rupture of the Graafian follicle. Upon its release, the ovum begins to undergo the second meiotic division. However, the division does not go beyond the first phase. Interestingly, the ovum contains only the X chromosome. Studies have shown that the ovum is filled with cytoplasm called the yolk or vitellus, surrounded by a membrane called the vitelline membrane. The vitelline membrane is ensconced in another membrane called zona pellucida. However, there is some space between the zona pellucida and the vitelline membrane, which is called the perivitelline space. Surrounding the zona pellucida is a layer of granulosa cells called the cells of corona radiata. The ovum present in the fallopian tube now starts drifting towards the uterus. Once it reaches the ampullary isthmic junction, the ovum gets bombarded by several thousand sperms. However, only one sperm penetrates the zona pellucida and initiates the fertilization process. Moreover, this penetrating sperm induces the zona pellucida to stiffen, which prevents other sperms from entering the ovum. After gaining entry through the zona pellucida, the acrosome present over the sperm's nucleus starts secreting enzymes that aids the sperm head to get through the ovum's cytoplasm while the sperm sheds its tail. The fertilized egg now resumes the remaining phases of the second meiotic division. However, this division, being unequal, results in the formation of two unequal bodies, a haploid ovum called ooted and a second polar body. While the second polar body degenerates, the ooted and the haploid nucleus of the sperm fuse together to form a diploid zygote. Did you know that the sex of the zygote is decided at the time of fertilization? If the ovum is fertilized by a sperm containing the X chromosome, the resulting zygote contains XX chromosome and would develop into a female. However, if a sperm containing the Y chromosome fertilizes the ovum, the resultant XY zygote develops into a male. Thus, it is the sperm that decides the sex of the fetus. A little more than a day after its formation, the zygote starts moving down the fallopian tube. Simultaneously, the zygote also undergoes mitotic division, and with each successive division, the number of daughter cells doubles. This division is termed as cleavage, while the resultant daughter cells are called blastomeres. About 3 days after fertilization, the zygote contains nearly 8 to 16 cells and is called a morula. Over a period of 2 days, the morula descends down into the uterus and transforms itself into a blastocyst, a hollow ball composed of about 100 blastomeres, which are arranged in 2 layers. The outer layer, called the trophoblast, eventually gives rise to the placenta, while the inner layer, consisting of a group of cells called the inner cell mass, eventually differentiates to form the embryo. Interestingly, at the blastocyst stage, the zygote, now called the embryo, gets attached to the uterus as the trophoblast grows outwards and penetrates the endometrial lining of the uterus. In response, the endometrial cells divide and start surrounding the blastocyst. This causes the blastocyst to sink and get implanted into the uterus. Once implantation has occurred, pregnancy gets initiated. Moreover, after implantation, inner cell mass cells get differentiated and begin to form the embryo. Embryo formation is thus a complex process that begins with fertilization and ends with implantation of the embryo.
प्रिय विद्यार्थियों, आपने ये सजीव चलचित्र देखा जो पिछले व्याख्यान में मैंने आपको PDF के माध्यम से समझाने का प्रयास किया था। वो आज चित्र के माध्यम से हमने किस प्रकार से ओवुलेशन होता है, फैलोपियन ट्यूब के एम्प्यूला भाग के अंदर फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है, अंडे को तो मात्र ओवरी से निकलकर एम्प्यूला तक पहुंचना होता है, जबकि स्पर्म को एक लंबा रास्ता तय करते हुए उस एम्प्यूला तक पहुंचना होता है। उसके बाद में उन दोनों के केंद्रकों का किस प्रकार से फ्यूजन होता है, तत्पश्चात क्लीवेज होता है। क्लीवेज की 16 पुत्री कोशिकाओं का जो मोरुला बनता है, उसके बाद में ब्लास्टोलेशन होता है और फिर ये चौथे दिन फैलोपियन ट्यूब से यूट्रस के अंदर आता है और 5 से 7 दिन के बाद ये इम्प्लांट होता है। तो ये फर्टिलाइजेशन से लेकर इम्प्लांटेशन तक का आपको समझाने का मकसद था आज के इस वीडियो का। अगले व्याख्यान में अपन एक एक स्टेप्स जो मैंने 5 चरण बताए थे इसके, उनके बारे में अपन विस्तृत रूप से अध्ययन करेंगे।